everyone. Welcome back to our live E3 stage show. I am joined by Jeremy and George from Sony here to show us the PlayStation Move. Welcome, you guys.
Thank you. Welcome. Thanks.
Well, thank you so much for coming by, and I'm really excited to kind of see how this works. So you guys have two games to show us, but first we're going to start with Sports Champion.
That's right.
Okay. Well, do you want to just get up and start moving?
All right. So the first event I'm showing you here is the Archery event in Sports Champions. You'll notice I'm using the optional 2-controller setting here. They're all playable with 1 controller, but I'm using an optional 2-1 for this demo. For me, because I'm right-handed, I'm going to reach with my right hand back, hold down the T button, which is going to grab the arrow, bring the arrow to the bow, pull the string back, aim my shot, and then let go of the T button to fire. So I can just repeat that. Very kind of simple, cool, intuitive move.
Is this easier than real archery?
I don't know if it's easier than real archery. Well, I guess it is easier than real archery because you don't have to worry about cutting your fingers on strings and whatnot. I don't know. If I can do a good enough shot, I can get a split arrow here. Let's see if I can do that. There we go.
There you go.
So as you play Sports Champions and as you play the archery event, the targets that you shoot are going to change as you progress. So right now I'm just showing you like a static bullseye target, but there's also flying fruit and money bags, a lot of kind of fun arcade stuff that you get to shoot at.
All right, cool. How many events are there?
There are 6 events. We have disc golf, Gladiator, Duel, archery, which I'm showing you right now, volleyball, beach volleyball, bocce, and table tennis.
Okay, nice.
Jump into another round where it's got some different targets to shoot at. In this one, there's just some different fruit on pedestals.
Get that watermelon?
Yeah, shoot the watermelon, watch it break. And the targets change every time you play the round, so you can't memorize where everything is.
Do you have to pay attention to wind and other things that could get in the way?
Well, as you progress through the game, there are multiple factors you have to take into account. Right now, what I'm showing you is the beginning part of the game, so it's relatively easy. But there's a lot of rounds that are in the single-player game and in the multiplayer game, so you can choose how much of a difficult experience you want. Something really kind of easy to pick up and play, or something that's more challenging. As you can see, one of the things to notice there is that blue line is indicating the effective gravity on the arrow. So I'm going to, raise my target a little bit higher than where my cursor is to account for the farther away targets. And that's archery.
Okay, cool. So if you're playing with another player, how would that work? Are they next to you shooting at the same time, or?
Yeah, you can play. It depends on the event. And for archery, there's a vertical split screen. So player 1's on the left and player 2's on the right.
Were you going to show us another sporting event?
Yeah, if we have time, we can do that.
Absolutely. What else would you like to show?
Let me jump into to Gladiator Duel.
What's your favorite?
That changes from week to week. I think right now I'd probably say bocce is my favorite, but depending on the week, that changes.
Yeah.
So I'm jumping in.
I actually have a question here from Steve from Minnesota. He's asking if there is online.
There is no online multiplayer. There's local offline multiplayer between 1 to 4 players. And that depends on which event type you're playing.
Okay.
So for Gladiator, Duel, and Archery, the real-time games, there's 2 players simultaneous play. For bocce and disc golf, which are turn-based games, you can have 1 to 4 players.
Okay.
Let me jump in here and show you a fight here. So I'm using, again, the optional 2-controller mechanism here, where my left hand is my shield hand. As you can see, where I move my hands, the shield's going to follow to help block those shots. My right hand's my weapon hand, and when I swing, it'll do an attack. And depending on where I swing, that's where the weapon's going to go. So I can do low attacks. Right here, I can do backhand attacks. If you dizzy the opponent, you can do cool things like launch them up in the air, juggle them around a little bit, do jump attacks by bringing the controllers up when they're closer. Blocking, you can parry shots if you're pretty good.
It's a little more strategic than just slashing wildly at your opponent.
There's a lot of cool little nuances to the game. Now, that's not to say that you can't just kind of swing wildly and have some levels of success, you can. But as the game progresses farther and the challenges get a little bit more intense, you'll have to practice a lot of different techniques.
Some questions that I'm getting a lot is like the color of the wand. Like, is that changeable? Can you change that, or like that just depends on which controller?
That's dictated by the game.
Okay.
For sports champions, we just pick colors that we think are going to track best given the current environment.
Yeah.
So usually for most people that's going to be magenta for the player 1 controller and a bluish color for the second controller.
Is it fun to play in the dark with like the glowy stick?
Yeah, you can play in pitch dark, or you can play in a lot of different lighting conditions. I guess the only thing that we tell people about is make sure you don't have like direct sunlight on the camera.
Yeah.
Just kind of the common sense things you would have when you're taking a picture, because it uses the camera technology.
We probably have time to jump in and show one quick demo of another event if you'd like.
Great.
Yeah.
Love to. I'll try table tennis for this one.
Table tennis. That's always a popular one.
So table tennis is a game that only has the 1 controller option, and again, all the events are fully playable with just 1 controller, but some of them have a 2 controller option. And once we got calibrated here and loaded up, I think the training is going to go, but I can skip over that for the demonstration. Skip the training, and I'll jump right in. So on the serve, I can turn my body and turn the controller, and that dictates what area I'm going to serve. The easiest way to serve is to hit the T button, and that'll throw the ball up, and then I'll swing through the ball. You can also just flick your hand up and do it that way. And as you'll notice, you'll see the paddle really follows my movement very quickly and very precisely. The speed of which I swing, the angle of the controller, and when I want to do something like a top spin, you don't press any buttons. You actually do a top spin like over the top of the ball like you would in real table tennis.
Cool.
Gives a really cool feel to it.
So if you're a really good table tennis player, your skills will translate over, you think?
Absolutely, absolutely. We found that in user tests. People that had a previous experience with real table tennis were able to pick up on the game very quickly.
All right, very cool. Thank you so much for showing that. And like I see, we have another game coming up.
The game's going to be with the launch of the PlayStation Move, and in Europe that's September 15th, and for the US it's September 19th.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Up next we have George. You're here to show us Kung Fu Rider.
Yep.
Okay, so just pass the controllers along. So some of our viewers are wondering how much this is going to cost. I know you guys have announced it, but to share the information again.
I believe $99.95, is that correct? $99.95 for the bundle, which includes the camera, one of the Move controllers, and the Sports Champions game.
All right, great. Thanks. So tell us a bit about Kung Fu Rider. What are we expecting here?
So Kung Fu Rider is a single-player game, action arcade, where you play a private detective and his secretary in Hong Kong, escaping from the mob on furniture.
Sounds cool. So you guys both playing?
No.
Oh wait.
Yeah, this is a single-player game. I'm gonna play it with one move.
Okay. So it's loading up right here. I guess you have to calibrate everything.
There we go. The game's controlled entirely with the moves. Very intuitive, simple controls.
How long is the game roughly?
Depends on how you play it. It's 26 courses that you unlock. It takes about 9 hours to get through everything,
So you're actually going to be like busting out some kung fu moves in a second here?
Yeah, I'm going to show you some wicked chair kung fu.
All right. Kung Fu Rider. So there are different modes? Are there different modes in the game?
There are different types of courses. There's time courses. There are free exploration courses with lots of hidden paths and places to go.
So which one are you showing us?
So I'm going to show you one of the early levels in the game that we have available at the Sony booth.
Nice.
So what you do with the controller is matched by the character on the screen. So if I lean this way or that way, its body moves. You shake it like you're kicking a skateboard to.
So you're riding an office chair.
Yeah. You can do crazy stuff like rail grind, jump. You can even do kung fu.
I kind of wish I could do this down the streets of San Francisco. It looks like it'll be fun.
It's supposed to be in Hong Kong.
This is hilarious. So you're just flicking it to do the different poses and tricks?
Yeah, so it uses the buttons to side kick.
Uh-huh.
You can also use the triangle or square button to do wild stunts. Oops.
Oh,
There we go.
cool.
Like this. Knock people out of the way. Dash.
You're not going to have to avoid like taxis coming at you or anything deadly like that, are you?
There are lots of levels with traffic, with crazy cross traffic and people running around.
Oh, this is dangerous. No,
And when you crash,
that looks painful. Oh. But you get right back up and just keep going.
yeah.
Nice. Oh, it actually shows how fast you're going. Who knew you could go that fast on a chair?
And there's all different kinds of vehicles too. There's a crate with a bunch of boxes stacked on top of it.
Oh, so like different.
There's a
modes of
baby
transport?
buggy.
That's too funny. Good try. Okay, let's check out another one and see what else we're going to be.
At the end of the level, it shows you pictures of
How
any
you're
stunts
doing?
you did or any time you crashed.
Okay. Roller coaster
All right,
ride.
let's try a harder level this time.
A harder one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Project Bayside.
I think at this level, I'm riding a Bambi chair.
Yeah. And you might have mentioned this already, but how many levels are there total?
26.
26? All right, great. So what is... I love his expression. I think that's the greatest thing, and his hair.
Hi.
The music's great too. Kind of makes you want to do this in real life.
It's pretty fun.
Okay, maybe not
Except
that.
when you get hit.
Yeah, that looks a little painful.
Money that you collect is used to unlock different vehicles, different kinds of things to ride.
Oh, okay. How many vehicles are there in the game? Oh, wow.
12.
Oh.
12 different kinds of things that you can ride. And the courses are really elaborate. There's a lot of hidden passageways and things that you can discover.
You kind of explore.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh no!
yeah, it was that trolley to the face. Ew. Do you get points for hitting other people?
No.
No?
You lose time.
Lose time? Oh. All right, so when is this game coming out and how much is it going to be?
This is going to be a launch title.
Okay.
It's the normal price point, I think, is $39.95, and September 19th.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Okay, that was our look at Kung Fu Rider and Sports Champion, and now we're gonna check out the Nyko booth tour.